Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Teresa here with
Friday.
And the Critters. This is going to be a little bit different of a vlog. And Happy New Year to everybody. We all survived 2021, which for, I think, most of us was not that great of a year, with the pandemic and everything. And it's made it very hard. And I know a lot of people had some real bad hardships. We've had our share of not really a hardship, but with Brad becoming more disabled, and then with me fighting the infections and stuff, I finally come to this realization that I am going to need to have a cane. I hate to use one, but like anybody wants to, but I'm going to have to, because sometimes just it's a little harder to be mobile, and I have to be mobile, so it's no biggie. But I had a wonderful friend of mine who is thinking about doing some loom knitting, and she wanted to know about some looms and about, uh, you know, just the differences. So I'm going to show, I pulled up some stuff and I did some research so I just would have a little better facts. And so I was going to show you some of the looms and some of the differences. Now, this is my favorite set of looms, and I think this actually is two different sets. This is all one set, and I know I have some extras that I bought in here. So you see though that there's close spacing, which I like. This is a 1/4 inch spacing approximately, and so it gives you a tighter knit. Whereas if you're using, this is a kind of a standard loom. This is a 1/2 inch loom, which is fine. But you would have to use a bulkier yarn, or else you're going to have to double strand it, and it's going to be a lot looser of a knit. Now, depending on what you're going for, like if you were going for a loosely knit hat, maybe just more like a springtime, and you want it to be kind of lacy looking or whatever, you didn't have to double strand it. The reason I don't like this, if I have to double strand it, then I'm using double the yarn, and I like a tighter knit. So yes, these are my very favorite. I use these all the time, and I would highly recommend it. And you can do scarves on any of these, because of different diameters. Or this is one of my favorites that I use, and it comes in with the set, and it's the same type of spacing. And so yeah, I use this a lot for scarves and or shawls or whatever you're gonna make. So it's a lot of fun. You also do have, I'll pull up where you can get these all at. I'm not a paid sponsor. If they wanted to pay me, that'd be great. Also, you have the Cindy Wood. Cindy Wood makes a nice loom, the wooden loom. Um, but and it comes with all different spacing. But my problem is they are incredibly expensive. Now, if you have the money and you want to invest in them, I have a few. But like I said, they're really expensive. And my other complaint is the pegs have a tendency to come unglued. And that can be an issue. They even say that. But if you go to cindywood.com and you go in their site, you can see all the different variety of looms. And who knows, maybe they're going to have a special after Christmas. Sometimes they'll have, maybe they have some looms that maybe there's something, it's almost like a scratch and dent sale. And so then you can pick up some cheaper that way. But yeah, these are the looms that I use all the time. In fact, I got to pull out. I'm working with the purple one right now. I will sit and I will do like 6 hats or so on one loom, one after the other. And I have my, let me pull it here. I have my trusty bag of yarn of what I'm working on right now. I'll pull a few skeins, and that way I have those ready. I'm trying to find I have a book that I make my own patterns, so I have just a little notebook that I have my patterns. This is my patterns, and you wouldn't understand what it means, except for I do, on different hats. I need to write down a few more. But I have patterns that I've created for shawls and that kind of stuff. So if you're wanting to get into loom knitting and you want to do some of the different patterns that you've seen me do, I'm more than happy to show you. I'm more than happy to send you a text or a message on exactly the spacing and stuff, because okay, yes, they're patterns I created, but I had to get the idea somewhere, and I'm more than happy to share them. If you want to make the same pattern or you want to alter it because you think, you want to do this instead of that, great. Like I said, I'm no problem with that. My favorite loom hooks, I'm pretty picky about that, is I love these, the KB loom knit hooks. They come in a 2-pack usually. I love, of course, purple's my color, but I love because look at how the handle is. The handle is shaped differently. So if you have arthritis, um, or anything like that, this is a bigger handle to grip on, so it feels better. They're very, very durable. Um, and so I get those. I usually get those on Amazon. I assume they probably have it at your Joann's or Michael's or Hobby Lobby, wherever like that. But so yeah, I really like it's the knit, you know. So KB does a lot of really great things. I really like their products. Again, not a paid sponsor, but I pulled up a few different loom things. You can get the whole set, and if you want me to send you the link, I'll be more than happy. In fact, yeah, if you want me to send you the link, I will be more than happy to do that. This is what comes in like a standard set. You get all of those looms, and you get this long one too. You get some hooks, some needles, that kind of stuff. Um, let's see. It is $38.99, and uh, it's telling me that I purchased this over 3 years ago. Wow. I have not had a problem with the looms, and the pegs stay in great and everything. So yeah, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 looms, and that's really great. You get, some crochet hooks, because even if you're doing loom knitting, there's some parts that you're gonna want to crochet, and you get crochet hooks and needles and the loom hooks and stuff. So it's a great deal. Here's a great deal of some patterns and stuff. You can make up your own if you crochet or knit. This is just the next step. I started doing this because I do have arthritis in my hand, and this is better for me because crocheting, doing a whole thing is very painful for me. So I went this way. If you wanted to go with and that I just showed you on there is on Amazon, and uh it is a 1/4 inch spacing. Now, if you did want to go with the 1/2 inch spacing, this is one that you would get. You would get 4, typically 4. You don't get the long one, but you can buy that. And those are Pom-Pom Makers, a hook and a needle, and it's $23.99. I can put that in there too. I'll put these in the description after my video is uploaded. Um, so you guys have those links. Like I said, I started out on the 1/2 inch, and that's all I made for a long time. And then I wanted a tighter knit, because a lot of times the hats that it depends on when I was doing the hats for 50 states. It depended on the state, because some of the very cold weather states, of course, you want it to be a thicker, tighter knit. Typically you don't use 100% cotton on these. You know, You can do any variety. I use a lot of red heart. I use a lot of uh oh, what's the next one? I can't remember now. It's whatever usually is on sale, or I have some people have donated yarn and I use that. And that way too, if you've donated some yarn to me and you look and I'm showing you hats, you can say, hey, I remember that yarn. And it's a part of a hat. It's a beautiful thing. You help keep somebody's head warm. And like I said, with these looms, you can do Afghans, you can do um, uh, scarves, shawls, hats, all different kind of stuff. So that's what I like. And if you guys want, I'll show you. There's another product that some people like. I did not like it. Was this Afghan loom. It's very big. I just didn't like it because to go around all those curves and stuff is very hard to do.
Was that big S?
Yes, I finally gave it to somebody because it was very, very hard to do. I mean, it was not. I was not a fan of this. This okay. Here's what it looks like out of the package. And you might think, oh yeah, cool, but it is really hard to do work that, and it's big and it's bulky. So really, you need to be able to set it on a table and do it or something. But I just did not enjoy it. So I gave it away. Somebody else can get some enjoyment out of it. So, but if you want me to start showing you some of my patterns on here, maybe I'll even do a live and I could show you what I'm doing. I could answer any questions if you have them. That's how I learned. We all were new at some point in time. And I still like to watch people loom because I will pick up maybe a different trick. Maybe I'm having trouble doing a certain stitch. And it's like, hey, yeah, I never thought of it this way. There's no right or wrong way to hold your hook. It's whatever is comfortable for you. Don't get frustrated when you're first doing it because to get the tension right, it's just like with crocheting and stuff. To get the tension right, you know, takes a little bit of practice. If you go a little looser, wrapping around your pegs and stuff, it's going to be a little easier. The biggest problem I face is sometimes I get my stitch too tight. I wrap that peg too tight. And see, you're always going, usually you have your peg already has one wrapped and has been worked. And so you're doing another one on top of it. So if that's all real tight, it's a problem. I have broken yarn before because it's so tight. Brad's heard me say, oh, gee, golly, because that's a real big pain in the butt. You've got to go through and you've got to fix that. You've got to mend it and then hopefully have it still look correct. I've ripped out stitches, you know, you know, which is the wonderful thing though about looming is that you can, pull those stitches and redo it. So I love looming. I do it every day, just about. I mean, even if I just do maybe 10 stitches, it's part of my life. It's something every night we go into the family room and we watch TV. We might not even be watching the same thing, but it's kind of family time on the bed because we get all the animals up there and we're there. And like I said, Brad might be watching the big TV. I might be watching my laptop, or vice versa. And we just hang out. But every night I'm there looming. Brad will tell you, because I'll hand him a hat to put over with the other ones, and it's like another one done, huh? But I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. Uh, you know, other crafts I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making another tulle wreath. It's going to be like for Valentine's Day. It's going to be out of red and white. I already ordered the tulle, and I ordered some ribbon because you got to have some ribbon to put. I like to put ribbon on the center and stuff. So, because it's like I feel like my house is naked without a wreath. I always have a wreath on the door.
At least one.
Yeah. Well, I don't usually put multiple on one door, but
Yeah, but you got one in the front, one in the back.
well, I need to pull that one on back because that is a Christmas one. I just haven't pulled it yet. And then when I do make that wreath, we'll put this one on the front door on the back. Because one on the front door has just got some berries and stuff. It's like a grapevine wreath. I did not do it. And it's got like this large blue metal star, kind of a gunmetal. No, it's a blue, kind of dusty.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's pretty. But so I'll hang that on the back. But and of course I have my painting, and then I also want to start doing more sewing. I'm really eager to do some sewing. I have very large arms, just how I'm made, and so I usually need to see. I have really large arms, and I know a lot of you ladies do too. So, and yeah, up on top that's all muscle, but so I usually have to take the sleeves off stuff and alter it, make new sleeves, which is no biggie. I can show you guys how to do that. Just whatever you would like to see, put it down below and I'll tell you whether or not I can do it. It might be something that I can't do. Also, Brad does woodworking, so if some of your husbands or maybe you ladies do woodworking or would like to know more about like staining wood, because maybe you want to go to Hobby Lobby and buy already a pre-made birdhouse that's not stained or anything. Brad can walk you through sanding it. He can walk you through distressing it. Um, he can walk you through staining and all of that. Um, Brad doesn't like to have, per se, the camera on his face. But he's comfortable doing anything where you're just watching his hands and he's just talking. And also cooking videos. Let us know, especially because we're diabetic, and how we cook differently and how you can still have some desserts, but you're going to change how, you're going to use the Splendid blend instead of sugar. So you're only getting half the sugar and, anything like that. We're not any experts at any of this stuff. We make our mistakes like everybody else, but it's fun to share. It's fun to share. And Brad knew this morning because I've been thinking on doing this video for a few days. And then I'm like, because I had to do a bit of research. I wanted to do a bit of research. And then it was, I got excited. Brad sees me come out here with my armful of looms and,
Yep.
So, I have looms. I have excuse me. I'm saying excuse me to my computer. I have looms that, like this is almost like when it's done is almost like a preemie hat. And then this is, be for infants and a little bit older to your extra large. Some of the men are going to, and some ladies are going to want this, and that's no biggie. Brad takes an extra large. He has a big head. Don't you, Bradford?
I do.
He does. Oh, man. Usually in the mornings, it's love up time with the animals. They love to be loved up and all that. So they'll all be on the bed. And, man, Charlie, you play with Jellybean, who's right behind me. You play with her, and then you start playing with Charlie, and, he will just lay his whole body on my head. And then I'm wearing glasses. I'm like, wait, the glasses. Because, he's not trying to be hurtful or anything, but he's a big boy, you know? So, yeah, but
Yes, he
Jellybean's
is.
been all over Brad lately, too. She loved her some dad time. So, they were poor little dogs for big dogs. Were terrified last night because of the fireworks. I know a lot of you guys went through that, too. But last night we finally did. Brad called the sheriff's office because we have been hearing a lot of gunfire. And we live out in the country, right? So you're gonna. And I don't really think too much of it when it's daylight. Somebody's target practicing, or I always wonder if maybe they're not firing a gun, scaring birds off of their crops and stuff. We have a lot of farming all around here. But we've been hearing a lot at night.
Yeah.
And what did you say? it's a semi-auto that sounds like an auto.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
It sounds so close sometimes, and it kind of echoes back in here that I wanted to hit the deck, you know. And so Brad called the sheriff office, and then a sheriff called back. Super nice people, super nice. And they said, yeah, there's some restrictions. You can't be so far from a residence and etc. I mean, there's no need for them to be firing off a gun like that. You're not target practicing when it's 10 o'clock at night. They've woken me up like at 1 or 2 in the morning with this. And so sheriff office was going to take a ride and see if he could pinpoint where it was and stuff. And he must have found what he was looking for because he never got a hold of you again. So, yeah, I was happy about that because I do worry that in this trailer park there are kids and stuff. I worry about, is a bullet gonna come whizzing through my trailer? Is it gonna kill me or my pets or Brad or? So you do worry about that. When you feel scared and stuff, and it gets the dogs really worked up and all of that. But I don't make New Year's resolutions per se. I just kind of make a mental note of things I want to improve on. So I guess in a way I do. We'll call it a happy New Year's resolution. Of course, to get healthier. Of course, to be more mobile. I wouldn't mind if I dropped some weight, but I'm not gonna, just starve myself and become obsessive. If you're like me and if you've ever had a what do they call it when you have when you're bulimic or eating disorder, and I have had it, and I fought it for a really long time. I was bulimic, and I used laxatives. So, I can't become obsessive over my weight because I'll run right back into that rabbit hole. And I know that. So it's better for me just cut out a little bit at a time and just try to eat healthier. Like Brett will tell you, almost every night I have a big old bowl of broccoli. Yeah, it's got a little bit of cheese on it and then butter and then spray butter, but it's got, the fiber in it fills me up. It's good for me. It's a good source of iron, and I love broccoli. And I got the dogs, well, they love the broccoli now. So, yeah, I would like to be healthier overall. I would like to be more mobile. I would like to go take some trips. One of my goals is I really want to go out to California and visit people out there, like Leanne and Cheryl Coyote, meet Danielle. If Mary Jacinto is around, I'd love to get to meet her and talk to her and hang with her. There's a lot of people out there. Well, and then Brad's dad, too. See, we figure we're going to have to take like a 3-week trip because, it's going to take 4 days each way on a train and then, to visit everybody. So, yeah, we're going to be busy. You don't want to run too much because then you're going to be exhausted and sore and cranky. There's lots of things out there that I want to show Brad, like uh, points of San Francisco. I know Leon can really show us a lot of different points. And, Redwood Forest and just a lot of really beautiful places. Go around Alcatraz. You don't realize how big it is till you're actually out on the water going around.
Oh, I can imagine.
And, when I was in junior high, we did make a trip to California. So I remember a lot of that. San Francisco is my favorite place over Disneyland or anything else. So, yeah, I'd like to do more traveling. I'd like to do a lot more artwork. I would love to have a gallery showing again. I absolutely would. I want to make friends. I want to have fun. You know, um, I'm really wanting Brad to get a lot of pain relief when he has his hip surgery, and then we'll find a back doctor that's going to do something. We're not talking surgery, but just there's so many other things they can do that may help and may not, but we'll never know until we try. So, what are your goals for this year?
My goals is I want to be I want to be able to walk like a normal human being.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't want to have to be hooked up to a cane or a walker all the time. And
He wants to bike, so and a mountain bike, right?
Yep.
He's this boy. Them little legs pedaling down the hill as fast as he can go, and I'm hitting the brakes the whole way. Go, no, 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 no. Like, holy crap.
Yeah, but that's fun, you know?
But he would love to do that. And
Yeah.
get out more and get more. You know, you don't have to be involved with a lot of people.
No.
You can even go do stuff by yourself or with one person or a couple people.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to make some crafting friends and be able to hang out. But, you know, I figure if I can't get out of the house or I may not be able to, I'll start doing some lives. And then we can have some fun. I really would love to get over 1,000 because then you're able to do a lot more on YouTube, you know. I got 5,600 followers there on TikTok. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, even some celebrities.
Yes. I am that famous. You know, and I'll look and it is their official page and I'm like, what? What? Am I a comedic genius that never knew? It's like, what? No, get on stage and I'll get me a chair because I want to stand the whole time and I'll sit there and loom and make smart ass comments. Right? Yep. But I will never forget the little people. So y'all are safe because, you know, I love you and you know I love you. So I'll still acknowledge you and be with you and hang with you and all of that great stuff, even though I'm now famous. Am I making a cent off of being famous? No. You have to get like 10,000 followers before you can start, you know, making some money even on TikTok. But I'm not doing it for that. I'm surprised I have that many followers. I just started doing it because it was fun and I like the effects. And you know, it's a fun way to express yourself. Some people get on there and they dance in their full body and stuff, all different sizes, and that's great for them. I'm all usually what you see right here is what they get too. You know, I might be wearing a hat, I might not. I wish I had a cowboy hat.
What about that purple one?
That's not really a cowboy hat.
Okay.
I'm talking cowboy hat. You know, I'm keep my eye out. You guys, you know, find a cheap one is what I want because I just want to wear it for some videos and stuff. But you know, that's what I enjoy doing. You know, life is good. My leg infection is great. You know, it's no longer, you know, discharging any kind of you know, pus or anything. So that's great. I made lasagna yesterday. I did make, I don't know if I said that when I did the video or not, but I did 3 pans of lasagna. 2 were just loaf pans because what we'll do is just cut that in half and we'll freeze it and I'll label it. And that way, some night we don't feel like cooking or something, we can just pull that out. It's enough. It'll be enough of a portion size for both of us. So, you know, that's why I did that because, you know, we'll eat on the lasagna for a while, but I didn't want to waste any. Lasagna is not that cheap to make. But one of the things I really hate, and I didn't even tell you, was I don't like that oven ready lasagna. I prefer to boil my lasagna noodles and then work with them. You get there a little bit thicker because, you know, sometimes it doesn't seem like the lasagna noodles really, you know, soften. So I didn't want crunchy, you know. I know you get a little bit of that on your top, but, you know, because I don't put any ricotta cheese or anything because we don't like it. I put a lot of mushrooms and I make my own sauce and, you know, with beef. Sometimes I'll add some uh, sausage. It just depends on the mood. And yeah. Oh, we did inventory on both freezers yesterday. The little one that's attached to the fridge, and then the meat. It's a small chest freezer, and so we had a lot more vegetables than we thought we did, which is great. We had a lot more hamburger than we thought we did, which is awesome, and hamburger patty stuff, so we can make out a menu. We're having a low span January, so we can make out a menu, and you know, I don't want to throw this stuff away. I want to use the meat that's the oldest, because, you know, we all got to start really economizing, guys, because I don't know where this economy is going. So we all better brace ourselves. Being able to freely spend your money without a second thought for most of us is over. Like that. We aren't eating out right now because it's so expensive. I thought about ordering some pizza last night, and it was just under $20. But still, $20 buys a lot of milk. $20 can buy my dog canned dog food and pouches. So I'm not gonna waste it. I'm just not gonna waste it. When we say we're eating out, we'll go have them make us a sandwich at Harris Teeter. Brad went last time. It was the day after Christmas. They were having a special, like half off. And these aren't pre-made sandwiches. They stand right there and make it. And so it was only like what, no, $3.50.
$3.99, and
Yeah,
then
can't
yes,
beat that. So then we'll get one. We'll go over to the City Lake Park and we'll split it. And that's our eating out. And it works. I'll bring a can of pop for Brad. I usually have my coffee. So, and just think about it. If you're spending money eating out, just less money you have for your crafts. There's less yarn money you have. Y'all know we need some yarn money. I mean, I'm being good. I only ordered like once this last year. And that's when you were on your vacation, which is kind of a traditional thing that you'd order some craft stuff. Um, but just looking at all the different yarn, I get so excited because I'll get into a bag of yarn and it's like all the different colors, and you guys know I love variegated yarn. I love me some variegated yarn. I never usually do a hat in solid colors. I'll use one solid color in a variegated. Do two colors on the hat. It's usually how my patterns fall. So one hat will be white, will be the solid, and the next hat black will be the solid. So I know you guys all need to know this because I could talk forever about my love of looming. You know, I do love it. It gets me excited. Yarn gets me excited. Just looking at the yarn. You don't even have to buy any. But I've been known to molest some yarn in Walmart and stuff. This was in Crawfordville. And it's when the hat first came out with those cakes, and this one was a variegated cake, and it was so soft and stuff. And I think it was by Karen, or is it?
yeah.
And so, and he's like looking around. I'm like, oh, oh, oh. I love me some yarn now. You know, Say it with me, sisters. Yarn! We stop for yarn. We will fill up yarn. We'll be one with the yarn. Just if you want us to be happy, just put us in a corner and start throwing a lot of yarn at us. We'll be happy, happy, happy. That would be nice, you know, to be in a corner and then be surrounded by all this beautiful yarn. If I'm really down and stuff, I'll just even get out my looms because they're all different colors, and I'll get out, I'll look at some different yarn, and it makes me happy. It makes me excited to do a pattern because I'll look at the yarn and I can see in my head what I want it to look like. Now, does it always look that way? Pretty much, but in the beginning, no. I didn't. All I did for the longest time was just straight, because I didn't really know about patterns and stuff. A lot of it I learned from tutorials here on YouTube. There's a lot of different ones. So you'll find one that is more your style. Maybe you like somebody who talks faster. Maybe you like somebody who talks slower. Maybe you like somebody who really just briefly speaks and then shows you the stitch. So that's how you learn. You can put the furry pom-poms on them and all of that. If you're into crocheting like a baby outfit, you can make a little matching hat with a little fur pom-poms that look like ears. Very cute. Anyway, I'm going to get off here. I have not eaten yet. I'm going to beg Brad to maybe heat up my Melania. My Melania. I'm going to have some Melania. And then hopefully there'll be something to watch on, movies or something, because I would like to sit and big surprise, Loom, and watch a movie. Oh man, I watched one on what's Amazon Prime called The Lie. That was an excellent movie. And then I watched another one kind of based on that whole thing, the same premises, and these are thriller drama movies, but I can't remember the name of it, but it starred Helen Hunt, and it was very, very good. You know, let me see if I can find it actually, because it was that good, guys. And so if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch it there. It was free. I don't know why you're doing that. Okay, come on back. Come on back. There we go. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to get it here. Maybe now. There we go. Prime. Prime Video. This one. So that one was The Lie. And I See You with Helen Hunt. So the first one was The Lie, and that was excellent. And the second one was I See You. It had Helen Hunt in it, and both of these were fantastic movies. With a twist and turn, and you kind of get your head going, you're like, what? I didn't see that coming. So yeah, I noticed that Amazon Prime, again, not a paid sponsor, but if they wanted to, I would be down for it. You know, it's coming out with some new movies and stuff, even Amazon Prime um, originals, which are very enjoyable. So I just want to tell you guys that, right?
Right.
So I'm gonna get off here. I hope you guys are having a happy New Year's Day. We don't really do anything, you know. We're happy it's a new year, and I just remember to put 2022. But yeah, we just kind of chilling, right?
Yep.
So I love you guys. I do cherish your friendship so very much, and I hope my talking about the looms and stuff helps them. And I will talk to you guys probably tomorrow. Say bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.